going on YouTube? It is your boy Trev. This is a late night stream. I should be in bed, and I'm going to bed very shortly. Uh, but I was going over some numbers. Let me show you this. So this is Lunk Penguins. This is HCC's Happy Caddy Crypto site, and it's phenomenal. It's really good as far as supplying us with information on the burns and so many other things. I mean, they keep it up to date, and they're doing a great job with it. So anyway, I was looking at the total of burns so far for LUNC, and I was thinking about this interview that I have coming tomorrow with Alex Forshaw, formerly of the Terror Rebels. I had him and Zarada on together with me and Matthew Perry for an interview earlier on about this proposal that he has. Well, he's fine-tuned it and changed a few things, and he's coming in with the updated version of it, which a lot of you have already read. You may have seen an interview that he did much earlier today. Quite frankly, he's received a lot of flack because his proposal calls for the minting of, I think, like about 500 billion LUNC, right? We'll talk about it in a second. The thing is, I want you all to keep an open mind. And the reason I want you to keep an open mind is because, so I was looking at the burns, right? Binance came in this Monday with this 5.6 billion and instantly put them into the number one position. And, it was okay. I think a lot of us were expecting a lot more out of them, but, it is what it is, right? The 1.2% burn tax that we all wanted over the last couple weeks has burned almost 4 billion. Lunatics token, kicking ass since they started. Until the burn tax it took the burn tax and Binance to knock them out of the number one position. Not that it was a competition. I mean, everybody's rooting for everybody because it's all for us. It's all for all of us, really. But they're in at a little better than 2 billion. MEXC, really, really great job. What they've done for the community, over 1 billion. And then we got LunkDAO, and it goes on down, right? So altogether, everyone has burned at this point 13.9, almost 14 billion LUNC. Sounds like a pretty impressive number. But quite honestly, it's nowhere near as impressive as we would need it to be to achieve what it is we all wanted to achieve. And that is to get this thing, the 6.9 trillion that we have to contend with, burned off. I think most of us were hoping for a couple of years at the most anyway, right? What we're doing right now isn't going to do it. Okay. Look at it this way. So Binance, now, just to use round numbers, because these numbers are going to fluctuate as volume fluctuates, these numbers fluctuate. But let's just use round numbers. Let's say that Binance is able to do 5.5 billion every week, every Monday. I think they're going to do it, right? And then the burn tax did almost 4 billion in like a couple weeks, right? So let's say in a month they can do 8 billion, right? If it steps up. So we've got 22 billion from Binance in a month, 8 billion from the burn tax. So that's 30 billion right there, right? Add what everybody else up is doing, and let's say they can consistently come up with, another 5 billion, right? I'm being conservative. But that's 35 billion per month. Okay, so let's do the math. In 10 months, that's 350 billion. Okay, in 20 months, that's 700 billion. In 30 months, that's just over 1,000 billion. Now, keep this number in mind. There is 1,000 billions in every trillion. Okay, so we just went a little more than 3 years to get 1 trillion gone. We've got 6.9 of them to get rid of. All right. So if you multiply, obviously, 3 times 6.9 or 3 times 7, we're over 20 years doing it like this to burn off the supply or to get it near where we need it to be. And again, yeah, Those are, that's just round numbers. It's just to make a point. Those aren't the exact numbers. There's a million other, things that are going to happen that are going to affect that, right? But, let's call it 20 years at this point. Now, Zaradar had said 100 years, so I'm being generous, I think, right? If everything 10x'd, let's say the volume 10x'd, and all these numbers, everybody 10x'd, we could do it in 2 years, right? But what's going on right now that all of a sudden the volume would 10x, right? We're in a bear market. We're working on utilities, but they're on the way. They're not here yet. What's going to happen that would make this 10x? Nothing that I can see, to be honest with you, okay? So let's say it's going to be 20 years, right? Would any of you still be around if that's how long you had to wait? How many people would be around if we could do it in 10 years, right? Maybe some of you. A lot of you guys are a lot younger, right? But the enthusiasm for this play, I think, would be long gone. If we told people it would take 5 years, they're going to be like, oh, right? Because everybody was really expecting that, we're going to invest. We got in really cheap. This thing is going, it's got governance now. We're going to burn off the supply and boom, we're all going to be millionaires in a year or two, right? Let's be honest. That's what everybody thought. Not like this, we're not. Not like this, we're not. It's not going to happen, okay? So these proposals that are coming out now, Alex is going to come on with his proposal again tomorrow. And Zaradar has actually his own proposal, which is similar in ways but different in a lot of ways than Alex's. And there's at least one more proposal. There might be a few other proposals, right? So we can expect on Terra Station to see these proposals, at least 3 of them, I think, that have different variations on how to repeg USTC. One of them creates a whole new coin, which is this USTN, Alex's plan. And he's talking about minting, like I said, somewhere around between 400 billion and 600 billion, I think he said. So we round it off and call it 500 billion. So that's the downfall for his, because nobody wants to hear about minting. I mean, if it's going to take that long to burn off this much, do we really want to add another 500 billion? That's just going to make it even longer, right? Well, not according to Alex's plan. According to Alex's plan, we have to add that in order to implement this plan. And once the plan is implemented, I will get from him tomorrow some sort of time frame. But let's say that he said, okay, if we add the 500 billion right now, if we do my plan, we can still burn all of it off and get to where we want to get in 2 years. Let's say that's what he said. Wouldn't that be a lot better than this that could take 15, 20 years? I don't know, I think it would be, okay? I don't want to mint 500 billion more coins, but if he could clearly show me where doing that, we could burn that and all the rest of it off in 2 years, I'm cool with that. Okay? So, Zaradar's plan is a little different. It doesn't call for minting anything. But none of them are perfect. All these plans have their pros and their cons, and you've got people that love them, and you've got people that hate them, and you've got people that are somewhere in between. People are saying, this is bad about this one, this is bad about Zaradar's, this is bad about Alex's, but any of them have the potential to burn this thing off a heck of a lot faster than what we're doing right now. So we're going to have to choose very soon when they all come up to be voted on. All right. They may all hit at the same time, right? The other option, you can vote on those and implement one of them. The other option is to vote them all down and just keep doing what we're doing. But I think I clearly showed you, don't expect to be making a lot of money anytime soon. It's just not going to happen, right? So I want you guys to come in tomorrow, and I want you to watch this interview. I want you to watch it with an open mind, okay? get up in the chat section and express your opinion. Opinions are always welcome, in my chat, okay? As long as you're not rude about it, as long as you're not pushing it and spamming it, on everybody, okay? Come in like ladies and gentlemen, right? And ask your questions. We'll try to get these questions answered. But Alex is going to try to explain to the community why his plan is a good plan, and why, even though it calls for minting a lot more, right? It's still going to burn it off really, really fast, okay? So I'm not endorsing his plan. I'm not endorsing Zardar's plan. I am Switzerland. I'm not endorsing anybody's plan, but I'm giving these guys all a platform, if they want to come on and let you all know, and me, how this plan works and what it can do for us, right? And then we've got to decide, does that sound right? Is it legit, right? Do we believe it? Or if we don't, I want to give them that platform to do that. Anybody who wants to come on and put their plan out there for everybody. I'm hoping that there aren't too many plans, because then that starts to look confusing. Yeah, please come in tomorrow, Wednesday, 5:00 p.m. EST. I'm going to be chatting with Alex, and he's already talked about all the technical stuff. He's talked about it in an interview earlier today. He's put out his white paper. You can read all that stuff. I want to get to the questions that the community has. I want it explained why this is the best plan for us. Okay. So we'll get to that tomorrow. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you in advance for coming in tomorrow, and, with respect for everybody, with an open mind. Join us, please. Ask your questions. Let's get this vetted. All right. Let's get it out there. All right. Hit the like button for me if you could, please, on your way out. If you haven't already done so. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you hit the all notification bell. That way, when this interview comes up tomorrow, or whatever other interviews that I do, or videos that I put out, you're notified of it. You don't miss them. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great night. All right, y'all. Ciao.